Yes, people, welcome to another Chelsea live stream. Chelsea, big news, of course. Joao Felix is officially a Chelsea player. We can hear Matt coughing his lungs out after eating KFC. That's what happens when you eat takeaway food every single day. But listen, good vibes only. We've got to look forward. I know Chelsea have been depressing recently, but I've got an amazing team right here, people. I don't know if I should introduce Matt. He might be AFK.
No, you're all good. Just
Matt,
got a bit of hiccups.
yeah, how are you, man?
Yeah, same old, same old. Just waiting for another Chelsea loss. Seeing how this.
What about the
10-year plan's
signings?
looking. I don't care. I don't care. It's not the right one yet.
What, Joao Felix not the right one?
No. It's going to
Okay,
be.
we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Wayne Modes, man, welcome back. It's been a while. How are you?
I am good. I'm actually quite excited for the signing. I'm intrigued with how it's going to be. The system's going to play with him in it. Obviously, I've got my opinions. Obviously, we'll get into it later on. But yeah, I'm glad I'm back on the stream and with all my mates, and glad to see everyone. And glad to see that Matt ain't changed with his takeaways. So it's all good.
What
That's
is it
right,
everyone
that's right.
moaning about my takeaways?
KFC, man,
Well,
fried food. You got to change that.
Back in the day when I was having takeaways, Chelsea actually win matches. Now we just lose.
What is a takeaway?
A takeaway is when you order
What is a takeaway?
from home.
You know what a takeaway is, man.
You know
That's
what a takeaway is.
delivery.
Same thing, bro.
Oh,
So you-
Oh my god! No!
That's not delivery. That's not delivery.
Please,
Hold on.
fucking yeah.
Takeout,
Oh my God.
takeout is when you order and then you go and pick it up at the restaurant. Delivery
The problem-
is when that shit comes to you.
But actually, hold on. I actually took it away from the restaurant.
That's
He did.
takeout. That's takeout. Yeah. We call it takeout.
See, so I didn't. I didn't get
wow,
delivered.
guys, man, already not even 3 minutes in.
Well, guess
I'm
what?
already-
Since we won the war, I'm right.
What? Whoa.
Whoa, guys, let's keep it PG now. Let's keep it PG, man. Keep it PG. You've got Carlito on, of
Because of
course.
you, I'm gonna have a thing against Americans, man.
I mean, get in line. It's out the door around the corner, dog.
Madness. Big everyone in the comments as well. Carlito, man, how are you feeling, man? Joao Felix officially a Chelsea player. He's registered for tomorrow as well against Fulham.
Yeah, I think most of this fan base is guilty of fatalism, and they're guilty of self-flagellation. Like, these people are actually obsessed with being negative because the idea of being positive actually makes them uncomfortable. So they have to be fatalistic in their mindset where everything is shit, because that's actually where they don't have to take a chance on anything. It's very easy to be negative. It's very easy to be cynic. All you have to do is say, that's shit. In order to be positive about something, you actually have to take a chance, a leap of faith. You have to put yourself out there. Okay, so being positive is the risk. Being negative is the modus operandi of basically everybody in Britain. It's where they feel most at home, is to just be a negative Nancy.
I agree with that. I totally agree with you, and I hope that message is to Matt, especially on this stream.
I'm going to be sitting on the fence. I'm taking that one.
Oh, see, that's an even easier one, is to just hedge your bets.
There you have it. There you have it, folks. Kofi Graham, how are you, man?
I'm good, and I'm bad because Carlito's here. So
Fuck
there's
off,
that.
KJ.
Shut the fuck up.
You know, man.
He's so mad I called Felix world class. He's so butthurt.
Bro, he's not world class.
Bro, we need to stop with these bozos, bro.
We need to stop with him, but he's not world class though.
He is world
Don't be
class.
dumb.
He is an awesome player.
Show some football intelligence. You were a coach, for crying out loud. Gosh,
And I'm a smart guy.
you gotta stop inviting this guy, man. He stinks of piss.
What, Felix?
No, this man.
I was gonna say, I was like, what? All right, listen, guys. Lastly as well, Alfred, man, how are you, man? Main man.
I love it.
I'm well, thank you. It's always nice to see something fresh, you know. So it's interesting from that point of view, but I'm just not sure how effective he can be in this current team with the way we are playing. I wish I wish the lad well, and I hope we see him kick some serious ass. But to be honest, I'm not a massive fan of loans in general.
Yeah.
Loan players coming to us. Players going is fine. To get experience and whatnot, or gain some form. But when we get players on loan, there's just, I don't like the idea of, starting to really, respect the player for how he's playing for us and be really happy about it. And then at the end of the loan, he's got to go back, especially because I don't think that we have an option to buy this time.
Yeah, we don't know.
And that sucks. What happens if this man seriously balls and then we lose him?
We paid the money, unfortunately. I need to double check, but I'm sure Odegaard was the same situation.
Well, can I push back on this a little bit?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that this is not the end of the exchange in
Aubameyang.
this window between Atletico and Chelsea, and
Okay.
we actually do have a relationship with them. Remember, we bought and sold players to and from them in the past. I mean, this is not the first time we've dealt with Atletico. We've dealt with them many
They've got
times.
us out of jail too many times.
No, I mean, so it's like, well, they sold us Diego Costa. I mean, my point is that I actually think that if he balls, he's going to be pricey as hell, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to be first in line to buy him. If we want to buy him, they'll sell him to us. But it all depends on if he plays well or not. And it all depends on if we get healthy or not. You see pictures of Ruben back. You see pictures of Reece back. You see pictures of Aubameyang smiling. You see pictures of Ben Chilwell training. All right, we're almost, if we can hang on for 2 weeks, I think we can definitely turn this around, because this really is about availability of personnel. This is not about our team being objectively bad. It's about the availability being objectively lower than what our standard is. And that's why, it's why we have such an elevated idea about this team, is because when this team is healthy, this team is great. This team smoked Milan in Milan and at the Bridge, and they're the champions of Italy. It wasn't even a close game. So when we're healthy, this is a very good team. It's just we don't have an elevated sense of this team right now because the personnel is just injured. But if we can hold on for 2 weeks, I think we're going to be okay. We may not get top 4, but we can salvage some other shit here.
Yeah,
But,
I agree with that. Go on, Wayne. Sorry.
I was going to say, on the Felix, I read something, because obviously today's a bit boring day with not a lot of main customers, but so I got a chance to read something, and I was reading about Felix, and what I've read is he does well, and Chelsea agree. Then Atletico Madrid are willing to let him for a season next year on loan again, if it all works out, to give him opportunity. That's why they signed him on a long deal to 2027, so they still have that room to loan him out to get his money and his value up, because at the moment they're going to lose a lot of money on what they would like to get back for the player.
And can I just say this as well? We have a striker that currently is not going to be at the club in the near future that may fit Atletico a bit more. So in this, Bumkaku.
Oh yeah, Lukaku. Yeah. Because it was confirmed.
I didn't even think of that.
With the good relationship
Coming back, baby!
Chelsea, do not count out Felix going one way, Lukaku going the other. Not in a straight swap, but separate deals that will work out on the book.
Shit.
I'll 100% back that.
Did you just invent that?
Atletico Madrid have bailed us out. We bought Morata and then we sold him to Atletico
For
the exact same money, despite him being shite. So
Can't believe it.
Atletico Madrid get us out of situations. So I feel like this is another of Atletico Madrid get us out of a situation.
See, Matt, I thought you were talking about Aubameyang, who, by the way, Aubameyang, you might as well shut the fuck up, because unless we buy someone else, you're staying here, buddy. We're paying you. Shut your mouth and play. But when it comes to Lukaku, well, look, the Lukaku thing, did you just make that up? Because if you did, that's genius. I hope you read that somewhere.
I have read that somewhere.
Okay, because if you had just made that up, I would have said, fuck me, I quit. I can't top that. That was tremendous.
But to be fair, it is something that was in my mind when they were talking about the Felix thing, but I just thought it
Me
won't
neither.
happen because it's the ludicrous swap deals that never happen. But then someone mentioned it, and I was like, do you know what? This could be feasible.
It could. I think it could be done for sure.
Lads, just quickly, sorry.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people lately saying, get Aubameyang out, and then I've seen us saying, shut your mouth and play. So I must have missed something. Did he do some kind of interview or something that's pissed everybody off?
When he was subbed off, he was very angry, and
That does not mean that
That
Aubameyang
shows.
kicked off, because anyone that gets subbed on, then subbed off, of course they're not going to be happy at the time. That does not mean that they've kicked off, they've caused problems. Many of our big legends who have been subbed off before have kicked off on the touchline. Players do it in the moment of frustration of coming off, because some people don't want to come off the pitch. But that doesn't mean they're going off, they're going to sign for here, there, and everywhere. I don't think there was a problem with Aubameyang. I think people are just trying to make a problem where there isn't one.
yeah, colleagues.
You know, everyone's going into absolute catastrophe. There's earthquakes, tsunamis, fucking volcanoes going on at Chelsea at the moment. Everyone just wants to be completely negative and find negative opinions where there isn't one. I think Aubameyang is fine. I just think the problem with Aubameyang, I don't think he's actually played terrible. I was watching I think it was the City in the Cup game, and he didn't play bad. If you watch Aubameyang on his own, he's constantly making runs. No one picks him up. It's the same old story of a striker potentially makes good runs and no one picks him up. But then we go, oh, he hasn't had a lot of touches. He hasn't got involved in the game. Well, no surprise. If he's going to make the runs and you're not going to pass it to him, then of course he's not going to have so many touches in the box.
Yeah, well, those chances.
It's not like Aubameyang is Timo Werner, who gets the ball a lot and then misses every bloody chance on the planet. Most of the time, Aubameyang has got the chance. He's at least put it on target, forced a good save off the goalkeeper, or scored. There's only been one or two times where, every striker does miss something every now and then. But it's more just we're not picking him up. And that's this is the kind of the problem I have with Felix at the moment, because I don't doubt that he's not a good player, but until we solve and get midfielders in that can supply the attack in front three, I feel like we're just running into the same problems. We keep buying defenders, we keep buying attackers, and none of them are working, not because they're bad players, but because the midfield is just trash, and we need new midfielders in. Until we get a midfielder in, I'm not going to be 100% satisfied with any other signing, and that's just me looking at a problem that hasn't been solved. I've been barking on for years and years and years, and it's just frustration. Hopefully, Felix will be a good player, but we'll have to wait and see.
What about Felix and Mount?
What about Felix and Mount?
The link up.
Carlito can't wait for that.
I'd rather see Felix and any other player link up.
I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of like match going fans, or that side of Mount side, they're like they're just disregarding Felix because of Mount. I don't know if you guys have seen these.
I've got no time for the Erders, because after that stream the other day, I got a lot of threats from people online saying the one where I said about season ticket holders last stream.
No way.
I got people saying you won't down Stamford Bridge and you won't leave.
You're joking.
No way.
So I was just like, you know what, fuck them guys. I mean, I know all the wannabe gangsters that go to Stamford Bridge, Stone Island. Oh, I'm hard.
Oh yeah, what did you say again?
Well, I just said that anyone that chanted Roman Abramovich should have got the season ticket revoked. And yes, it was a controversial opinion at the time. I probably would retract that a little bit because I think it's a bit harsh. But I still don't think you should be chanting just idiotic things like that in the middle of the game when the game's still playing. You want to sing that after? Fine, be my guest. But in the middle of the game, that does absolutely nothing for the team.
And I also said fuck you to all of them. So lucky I live in Australia, I guess.
So why do you think Mount fans are defending so much and against Felix? I don't get it. He could bring the best out of him.
Because Felix replaces Mount in the team.
Oh, Sadiq, because they don't want to lose the argument. People are not that complicated. They're entrenched and they're doubling down because they don't want to be wrong about the last 3 years.
It's really concerning, the things I'm seeing from Mount.
You're right. Fans are selfish. They don't actually care about the team. They care about their own opinion of the team.
It's more than selfish. It's delusional. It's retarded.
Well, I don't see that there's a difference between the two things. I think they're not mutually exclusive.
Bro, I don't know what it is, man. I'm just shocked. But
Well, you should ask some of your friends. They're guilty of it.
Who?
Johnny.
Oh, but he wants Mount, Felix, and Havertz to go.
Good luck with that.
So what are we saying front three then? When everyone's fit?
When everyone is fit? Are you talking about in June or right now?
Right now.
Oh, I'd go Sterling, Felix, and
Havertz.
Yeah. Sterling, Felix, and Havertz.
I would go Sterling, Felix, and Aubameyang personally, but
I mean, that, as long as it's Sterling and Phoenix, for sure. Yeah.
But I saw Potter saying Felix playing behind the striker, maybe, or something.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Do you know what made me laugh? The one thing that made me laugh at that comment is he started saying, he would be good as a second striker, but you've got to have an actual striker to play a second striker.
Havertz.
You can't just be having a second striker that plays with no one.
No, but I've got a solution for that, but I'm going to go into it for the Fulham game.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but Matt, I mean, when Nkunku comes in, if we keep Felix, I mean, they're going to be unbelievable together.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean,
let's have it right.
We'll see what happens, because the only worry is I feel like, is Atletico Madrid going to want as much of the 150 million that they paid for Felix in the first place? And as much as I do like Felix, and I've seen Felix in certain games, I do think playing at Atletico Madrid has made him suffer because of the style, not necessarily him. But I don't really want to pay 150 million for him. If I was to be selfish and looking at his worth, I'd just rather go for other players for cheaper prices than Felix.
Guess what, Matt? Guess what? We don't care.
Okay, it's fine.
The Americans want to pay that money.
Yeah,
they'll pay that money.
Yeah,
If
at this
they
point,
want-
Sadiq, it ain't our money. It ain't our money, dude.
If they want to pay that, fine. But obviously, I just see that certain midfielders they won't pay over the odds for, but then they might pay over the odds.
Sadiq, you know what I want? You know what I want, dude? I want our whole kit to look like a NASCAR. I want each stock to have a sponsor. I want the shoes to have sponsors on top of the labels. All right? If someone's wearing an armband, I want that shit to say Yoko fucking Hama. All right? I want sponsors everywhere. I want Reece James to put Chevrolet, all right, as a haircut on the back of his head. I want sponsorships everywhere. I want to sell out so hard that we can buy anybody because our revenue is so high.
Oh, I've just had this. Well, you just said that, Cleo. I've just had a thing in my head. Instead of making subs, they're going to should have a line of the people on the side with shoes and water bottles and everything, and everyone's going past and they're doing the quick change like they're doing the pit stop.
Clear.
I'm just thinking with Pulisic, he's got that tattoo on his arm. Just take away the tattoo and just put a load of sponsors on the arm, and then when he does that celebration like that, it's just all the sponsors.
Yeah, Bitcoin, bro. Bitcoin.
By the way, guys, it's time to sell Pulisic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think his time is done in the summer. I think he had the end. He had till the end of the season to prove himself, and obviously
he's done the right this season. He's done the right this season.
He's done. He's not done enough for me to say you deserve to stay, especially when you've got 1 year on your contract and you don't look interested. He personally doesn't look interested in signing. He's got 1 year at the end of the summer, so for me, get as much money as you can for him and go for someone else. Give someone else a try.
Do you know?
That's for someone who previously has liked Pulisic. So this is not.
I think we all have.
Yeah, this is not coming from some agenda-driven, from a Cho fan that just wants him gone so Cho can get back on the team.
Why did you mention Cho? Why Cho?
No, but I'm saying it's because Pulisic's normally Pulisic's enemy in terms of fans. The opposite is normally Cho fans. But I'm just saying, I'm not like a Cho fan just saying Pulisic out, Pulisic out, Pulisic out, Pulisic out. Personally, I'd sell Pulisic and just throw Cho in for free. But there you go.
Right. we talk about Perisic.
It's got and Ziyech probably goes as well. That's just personally.
We talk about Perisic. As you guys know, I play golf, and I watch a lot of golf content on YouTube. And one of the golf guys I watched actually played with Perisic when he got back from the World Cup. And when he was speaking to him about soccer, he basically made it out clear how happy and settled he was with Chelsea and at the club and playing golf with the guys and stuff like that. And he's just really happy and settled, and he doesn't want to go. Yeah, so I can't see him going anywhere.
But the thing is, you can say that because he's not going to go and say to him, knowing that this potentially would go out into the media saying, I'm not happy, I don't want to stay here, when he hasn't got to move anywhere.
Yeah. Who was he playing golf with, Wayne?
Someone called Grant Hovat.
I don't know.
No, the youngster, he's an upcomer.
Okay.
Good, have you had a good golf?
But that's the thing. He's not. Pulisic's not stupid enough to do that. He's not a Lukaku who is just going to cause trouble for the sake of trouble and make interviews. Pulisic could just say he's happy, but in the background, not sign a contract, has 12 months of his deal, and then Chelsea have to make a decision for him.
Well, he's in the book.
Because I think if he was, especially considering we have an American owner, Pulisic is vital for American market in a way. You would have thought Todd Bowley's first priority would have been, if Pulisic was really happy to stay at Chelsea, would be to sign Pulisic on.
Yeah, he's trying to sign everybody else 18 months, 2 years before they're done.
Exactly, but there's not even a single peep from Pulisic, which for me says either you're on a kind of, if you play well, you get a contract, or you go on anyway, and we're just waiting to find the right person to go.
And Matt, there's another thing that has to couple with this, and that is that Arsene Zakarian has all of a sudden become almost a done deal again as well. And that person also plays the Kevin De Bruyne role, whether that's inside forward, attacking mid, second striker, whatever you want. We have him, Felix. Eventually we'll have Nkunku. These are all forwards. All right? And, like, someone's going to go. I'm sure it's going to be Ziyech, but it might be Pulisic. It might also be Mount. Fingers crossed. I hate Mason Mount. So
it's probably got to be at least two.
It's dude, and then look, KJ is going to hit me for saying this, but Marcus Thuram, he's also linked with us. I mean, like we're linked with a lot of forwards, and then some of them are already here. So there's going to be some serious shakeups because I cannot imagine anybody is pleased with what they're seeing as soon as Sterling goes out, as soon as Pulisic goes out, as soon as Reece James goes out, all of a sudden our team collapses. Like they're going to remember this.
Yeah, I don't think any attacker is safe, bar probably Sterling.
Yeah.
And I still don't really get, a lot of people keep hating on Sterling. I don't understand really that because I don't think he's been that bad this season, considering how bad everyone else has been.
But Matt, again, you play him with like Nkunku, Joao Felix. He'll be much better.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Bro,
I think Sterling's been another
players,
scapegoat that speak correctly.
Sorry, no, I was just saying, if you play Sterling with dynamic, high, energetic, pressing forwards, you'll see what he can do. He's more of a creator than an attacking player. So if you play him in a system that allows him to combine with players that are suited for him, you'll get the best out of him. We just don't have players suited for what we need.
I mean, Sterling looked great under Tuchel, and then it just took him time to get. Whether it took him time to get used to Potter, or Potter was playing him in a slightly different way, but he's starting to look better again. Obviously, now he's got the injury, so it's messed up.
I think he'll be all right.
I think the problem is, and Sadiq correctly predicted this, and this is what I have a worry for Felix, is Sterling became a scapegoat very quickly when things didn't go well. And I'm worried that Felix will have that same problem if the same results happen and some of the attackers do not get the service, do not get the creativity.
Not on social media. Social media. Maybe match-going fans.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you mean by scapegoat, because Twitter is like 8% of the population. Twitter is actually not a big percentage of people. So who are you talking about for scapegoating?
No, but I mean, well, yeah, on Twitter, basically. On the social
media. Yeah, but Twitter
media.
Twitter doesn't fucking matter.
But yeah,
I know Twitter don't mean that much, but when you have big accounts that have followers, unfortunately, say certain agendas against Felix.
Yeah, but you're talking about a couple thousand people versus millions that belong to this fan base.
True.
So, I mean, are you talking about match-going fans? You think that match-going fans are going to say, Joao Felix, you fucking suck? I don't think that's going to happen.
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, maybe the odd guy named like Jer or something that's 15 deep. I mean, I don't think so, man.
I think they will and ask for Mount even more.
I mean, that is the one thing of Felix. I feel like because Felix is, let's be honest, could potentially replace Mount in the team and is the closest to Mount. I feel like he could be the natural the opposite of Mount, and then Felix is going to get on the one that gets criticism. He's going to be again one of these. Oh, he's come on loan. He doesn't care about the club. He's not. Yeah. He's only here for a paycheck for 6 months, and he's going to go back. Blah 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 blah.
Sadiq, the other one, Sadiq, KJ, all you guys, in particular KJ, because I know you love him too. The other player that's coming on, and if he continues to get time, he will force the issue. It's Carney Chukwuemeka.
Yeah,
he's great.
I badly want him to start.
He's sick, dude. Objectively sick.
That's why kick right here.
Why didn't he start against Man City? That's what I don't get. Why didn't he start?
I don't know. He certainly finished it though.
Yeah,
he was good.
That was the one thing I was like. There was the one thing I was truly annoyed with Potter on Sunday. There wasn't much that I was completely blaming Potter for on Sunday because I think most of it was just the players being absolute imbeciles. But the one thing was I didn't understand Chukwuemeka. I understood Silva because, let's be honest, we do have to manage him and we can't play on Thursday to Sunday, especially when there's enough injuries in defence as it is. The last thing we want is a Silva injury. And obviously Zakaria has gone from playing absolutely fuck all to playing lots. So again, the workload, I can understand them not maybe playing on the Sunday. But there was no excuse for Carney not playing, especially when you're putting other players like Humphreys in. I didn't understand why Carney couldn't start it. But
yeah, I mean, to use one of the British colloquialisms that I hate, in this case it matters and it works, he's fucking minerals, bro. He is minerals. Oh, I love Carney. Oh, I love him. Keep playing him.
Yep.
He's a better version of Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's fact. That is awesome.
Play the video.
Oh, it's not on this account.
It's his our account, isn't it? Oh, damn it!
On here.
Can we transfer?
Sadiq, you're gonna have to put it on here. This is not good enough.
Can you transfer some of those, like the home stretch video?
I'm gonna have to save it somehow.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
got the home stretch.
We're integrating, guys. We're integrating for better days.
Hey,
I do want to ask you guys quickly.
Before we continue, guys, just so you know, Sneak, me, Matt, and Paul have been working tirelessly to get the merch store completed, to get the website completed, all right, and to get into the next phase of this company. All right, so trust me, like you guys think that we're not doing anything. We are. Sadiq's messaging me at 1 a.m. He's sending me paragraphs saying we need to do this, and this. He's like a tyrant. And I'll tell you what, we are working on it. We really are.
Well, thank you for all your work, lads. And I absolutely cannot wait to rock that shit.
Bro,
streams.
The merch is amazing. I can't lie. It's sick. It's actually sick. Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you.
We got Thiago Silva socks. I mean, shit, bro. It's going to be fun as hell.
That is. Going back to Arsene, I saw a little comments made by him about Joao Felix. Apparently, they've been talking about Chelsea, playing for Chelsea. Is it legit? Have you guys seen that?
It's hilarious.
That's mad.
Dude, this is why I keep thinking he's going to come now.
I think he's going to come now as well.
Yeah.
I think he's going to come. I mean, those comments came straight after.
Yeah, I don't think. I think it's quite clear that we are wanting and we probably will sign the player. The only problem is the political stuff in terms of getting the deal done, which obviously sometimes that can go quite quickly. Sometimes because, bureaucracy is bureaucracy, it can take time. So I think it will happen, whether it's this window, whether unfortunately it takes till next window, we'll have to wait and see. But I think it is just getting them, in a way, visa issues, transaction issues over and done with. And sometimes that just takes a little bit of time to wait because it's not the fault of the two clubs. It's the fault of global politics right now that is holding up again another football deal.
Yep,
That's a fair point. Fulham tomorrow. What time's the game again? 8 p.m.
8 p.m. kickoff. Yeah,
8 p.m.
BT Sports on the English one.
Guys, I know this is off topic here, but did you guys see the article that they're going to be searching 1,000 customers' homes for illegal streaming?
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bro, what a timing. What a timing.
Someone
only-
tweeted that. Someone
if
tweeted that it's
only-
not fair on Chelsea fans to be arrested after the season we've had.
Tell me, I don't know how these men have time to search houses, but they should focus on crime, bro. But anyway,
No, but they all police do at the moment is focus on everything else but crime. It's, you say something online, you have police at your door. But if you get stabbed or robbed, you won't have police at your door.
yeah, it's mad.
You've got cases going that have been unsolved for 10 plus years, but sure, let's go and fucking raid people's homes because they're watching Premier League illegally.
well,
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
I didn't know we were watching some true crime story created by Ryan Murphy. Football, please! Football, please! KJ knows. KJ knows what I'm talking about.
It's an American thing, guys.
I'm fucking with you, Alfred. I'm with you too. I hate all that. I hate all that local espionage shit. It drives me nuts.
Yeah. So we got Fulham, and then we have Palace, right?
Crystal Palace,
Yeah.
and then Liverpool. I think.
We're only in the Premier League, right? We're pretty much our season's done.
No, there's 21 games left. We have
Champions
21 games left.
Yes,
That's
Carlito.
That's
What I meant to
63
say was-
points. That is 63 points up for grabs that we
What
can
I
get.
meant to say was,
Oh, I
listen,
know
let
what
me
you
land,
meant to
let me
say, you
land. Let me
butthead.
you motherfucker. Let me
Might need to make a trip to Dortmund or something. Dortmund
Bro,
away, guys.
Minerals.
And another thing I'm going to keep on saying, there's still a Champions League up for grabs.
Yes. Felix could win it. How about that?
I can't wait when we lose to Dortmund just to say to Alfred, "Where's the Champions League?"
Bro,
See, this is what I'm talking about. That's that bullshit right there, Matt. That's that British bullshit right there. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I don't want to get cancelled if I say these things in it. I'm not going to say certain things in it. I don't want to get cancelled. So
Cancelled by who? You gonna get canceled by Simon Phillips or somebody? Good God, come on.
Oh,
big up Felix, man. Big up Felix.
Yeah, small down Felix.
No, I'm talking about Joao Felix.
That's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We'll see who lied.
Enzo Fernandez. Let's actually talk about him. He scored a goal for Benfica and he celebrated. It looks like he was saying that he'll be staying. I mean, I've seen Lukaku kiss the badge, and then I've seen the interview happen. Does anyone still think we can still get Enzo Fernandez?
Yes.
I think it's not over till the window's over. But
Bowley can just put the money in.
I just don't really understand why we're lowballing too much. It's quite a simple thing. They've just signed Fernandez 6 months ago. Benfica have no reason to sell him now. They could obviously there is the risk of his market value going down, but potentially it could go up. This is the thing if you take the risk with these things. But there's no reason while there's a release clause to sell him anywhere below this release clause halfway through the season when they've got a fairly favourable club Champions League tie against Bruges and can do very well in that competition. So it's quite simple. You pay release clause or somewhere very close to release clause, or you don't get the player. So I just don't really see why we're faffing about of it too much. But it is what it is. If we're not going to pay it, I'd rather just say we're not going to pay it and go for someone else because there are other players available. Well, Moises Caicedo, Ben Jacobs have been going on about him for months. Both times we've had Ben Jacobs on, he said that we are very interested in Caicedo. If we can't get Fernandez, just go for Caicedo. Just get it done. I just want midfielders in.
Yeah, I
all I
can't
want.
watch this. I can't watch this.
I just want good midfielders in, so we can have a nice balance in midfield, and the heart of the team is finally solved.
You
At the
know,
moment,
Yo, hang on. Is that legit? College is actually legit.
this is what Jared just messaged me.
What? I need to see where he said that.
I will forward it to you. I will forward it to you, Matt. The one thing when we had Ben on, this was like right in the heart of the Enzo deal, and he kept saying, "Keep your eye out for Caicedo. Keep your eye out for Caicedo." He kept going back to it.
When I asked him, because it was what was the news that came out? It was like, it wasn't like the interview. There was some like, I don't know. There was some sort of news, big Enzo news that came out while he was on air. I asked him about it, and he was very much coy. He didn't want to really say anything to get himself into trouble, like Felix and other journalists have. I did, in that sneaky suspicion, feel like Ben wasn't confident that this was going to be a move that definitely done, and that's what. And he has been pushing since, I think, when he was on in October, November. He said Moises Caicedo is very much there and very interested. And again, said that again in a similar way, but a bit more with authority. And I think when Ben Jacobs says something with authority, because he has the explanation to back it up, usually 90%, 99% of the time, I normally trust what Ben Jacobs says.
I do too.
Along with the Ornsteins of the world that do usually get it right eventually.
And I asked you guys, we talk about midfielders, and I would like to ask Kalito, Matt, and yourselves your opinion on the situation. I've noted that Santos has not been given a number yet. Now, I have spoken to my dad about it, and he believes he'd be going on loan this window somewhere else. I don't want that. I think we should give him an opportunity. I just wanted your guys' opinion on the situation.
I think there was a rumor that he might go back on loan to the club that he was at. I think that I did read something about that it was part of. I think it's potentially part of the deal, but I don't know. I mean, it depends. If he's good enough, then I'd happy to integrate him in. But if he's not quite good enough yet, I'd like him to have a good loan out and get some more game time, and then come in. Start on next season, come in firing, and then potentially you get space.
I haven't seen pictures of him training yet, so there's really no decision until he trains at all. I mean, if he trains and he's great, why would they put him on loan? They're looking to exercise themselves from multiple midfielders. Why not just do it now? So, I mean, we still have a lot to play for, and we could get ourselves back in it. And if he's good enough to be not just a first-team player, but an impact player, whether that's off the bench or in the starting lineup, then, we wouldn't loan him. So this is really more about Graham Potter being able to see him. Because nothing matters until you actually see the player. So, I'd say just wait and see. This is a long window. There's 20 days left? That's a long time. So... we'll see.
Yeah. We need. I'm at a point where I just want as much new blood in this team as possible. So we'll just have to, wait and see what the club decides, I suppose. But new blood is never it's not a bad thing, especially at the moment at our club.
Carly, I've just read what you sent me about Mount. That is, I mean, Ornstein. If that is what Ornstein said, because I don't know whether I trust the Chilwell out page that sent it. But if that is a true quote, that's quite damning, to be fair.
Look, I don't know if Mount is that guy, to be honest. But if he is, what an absolutely non-team playing selfish prick. Shit thing of a thing to say.
Honestly. So the full quote is: Mason Mount felt betrayed after the signing of Joao Felix from Atletico Madrid. The feeling around Chelsea is that he's no more considered untouchable, and a transfer away from the club is much more likely. in the summer.
That is crazy.
Like,
Wow.
is that?
I don't think that's
Yeah.
crazy at all. I think that's warranted.
Well, I just
I say it's crazy because that can't be true.
I hope it is.
I mean, I would be interested to actually find the actual article from that, because I'm looking at a Chilwell out person and I'm thinking, is he just an anti-English person that's just made up a quote? And obviously that is going to get lots of retweets. So,
Well, I'm going to ask him right now.
While you're obviously doing that, we're talking about Fulham. I was going to give my team, because obviously I know there's a lot of controversy in my team. But this is how I would line up to get into the game. I would play that Saliba in goal. I'll give him the opportunity because I don't think Kepa's good enough at the moment. Mendy's obviously injured. I don't rate Bettinelli, so I'll give him the opportunity. I'll go to the back three again, so we're solid. I'll go Koulibaly, Silva, and is it Baswari? Can't say his name. The new defender we bought. Then I'll go right wing back. I'll put Hutchinson. Then in the midfield, but Zakaria. I was going to say Santos.
Which Hutchinson?
I'm with Hutchinson at right wing back.
You're joking.
No.
that's the bit where I lost it. I was like, do you know, no, can't read it.
Zachary in the middle with, I was going to say with Santos, but with Kovacic. Then Hall left wing back. Then the up front three of Felix behind the striker with Carney. And then Fofana up front.
What?
That is nonsense. No offense.
Bro, hey, listen, don't come back on the stream for another 6 months, man. What the hell?
Oh, I'm vetoing that. Wayne, I veto that.
Bro,
Nah, there's no way in hell.
you don't believe that. There is
Yeah,
no
I
way
do,
you believe
because we're at the moment we've got no confidence. We're form is really poor, and we need to give trust to the youngsters who deserve their opportunities, and they deserve their opportunities.
I actually agree.
It's
I
the
agree.
Amari Hutchinson thing. I just can't.
Yeah, that one's a
Why?
little.
Why don't you? Why?
That
don't
just,
you think you could play there?
that just gives me flashbacks of Tuchel playing every single winger at right wing back.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
like
get
it.
that, but who else would you put Aspilicueta there?
Aspie, Carlito's favorite
Yes!
captain.
What?
I'd rather.
No.
Exactly.
No. Look, hold on. I still think we're going with a 4-3-3 tomorrow, and I still think he's going with Chalobah at right back. Just because Chalobah wasn't very good against Man City. I'm sorry, he was playing next to Humphreys, who was horrible.
And quite frankly, is also Manchester City.
And it's Manchester City. It was the worst game Chelsea's played in 5 years, and Humphreys was running 15 yards in front of his shape. The announcers kept saying, why is Humphreys 15 yards in front of his backline shape? Yeah, Chalobah's going to look bad playing next to that. So, no, Potter tried it. I think he's going to do it again. My backline is Cucurella, K2, Thiago, and Chalobah. My midfield is Kova, Zakaria, and Carney. Up top, Felix, Aubameyang, Havertz. Simple. 4-3-3, keep it moving. Oh, and Gaga Sonina in goal. Boom!
Yeah, I
Has
mean,
Kepa been that bad? Kepa hasn't been that bad.
I would probably keep. I imagine. I just don't think Selena's going to play. So I would, in just judging of what's a bit more realistic, I'd probably say same lineup as what Carlito said plus Kepa. Yeah,
no, it's just the one thing with Kepa and the Mahrez goal in the game that really mattered. Oh, it was just egregious. Like you can't let that happen. You can't Olay that ball right into the right winger. Can't do that.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know whether Potter, because judging of how hesitant so far he's been with Carney and co. I just don't think he's going to just throw Selena straight in.
And yet he threw Humphreys right in there. No problem, right?
I mean, I don't know.
I'm with you, but look, league games are more important than any game. Yeah. And he's not going to.
As long as there's no Jorginho, I am happy.
As long as there's no Aspie and Jorginho and Mason Mount and Connor Gallagher, who's terrible, and Ziyech, any of these guys, I want them all away from the field. In fact, I'd like to fine them wages and just send them home just for like a couple days. Like put them in timeout. They have to wear the dunce hat and everything. And that's an Americanism, but they just have to sit in timeout for like a couple days. Just go away from the team.
I've got
sit in the corner.
Yeah,
I've got a theory that we're gonna miss Jorginho the same way we miss Willian.
Yeah, Jorginho's been good. Jorginho's had a great career at Chelsea.
Yes, KJ.
I've got a strong the way we insulted him. It just reminds me of how we insulted Willian until we didn't.
No, but
KJ, I've got a Willian jersey. Don't put me in this.
Yeah, don't put me in the Willian.
I loved Willian, dude. Willie was awesome.
Sorry, my bad.
I did prefer Pedro to William, but I still like.
I mean, why are we bringing this bozo KJ on this stream? What are we doing?
Listen, you lot.
Okay.
William gave a shout out. William took photos with me, but I'm not gonna lie to you. This throwback about William gave it all and all this, like more than what we see, is true. But I don't miss him. I'm sorry.
I miss him.
Do you know we're saying this? You know what's going to happen tomorrow, don't you? I guarantee we're going to lose and William be the one to score against us. Guarantee you're saying all this now, and that's what's going to happen.
William against Aspi.
Oh, Jesus. That's the collective age of 70. I'm serious.
You're probably right, actually.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Sadiq. Do you not like William because you asked him to say on camera, subscribe to WorldWideChels, and he said no? Is that why you don't like him?
He did say he didn't. Actually, no, he didn't say subscribe to WorldWideChels. Right? He said thank you. He said thank you to me. Okay. Listen, I like him. I've been to his restaurant. Like, I support the guy in general, but when it was time to go, it was time to go. Like,
but both Willian and Pedro, it was time to go when they left. But I miss them midfielders in this team over the current midfielders we have any day of the week. We thought we had problems with them. We were chilling at that time, but now it's just.
Do you know what makes me laugh? I was thinking about this. Obviously, this is going to be a bit sore for a lot of people. We're saying about how bad off we are at the moment, and I'm not going to sit and say the form isn't great. But 3 years ago, when we couldn't buy no one, and we had to bring in youth, we had an inexperienced manager in Frank Lampard, and we still got top four.
Yeah, that's very true.
Why is the fans turning so easily on a better manager and a better squad?
Can I answer this, Wayne?
Yeah,
because the league's harder. The league is harder. That was 2019. So that was almost 4 years ago. The league is way better now. The league is way more reinforced with money and talent.
You have an on the up United. You have a Newcastle that's playing very well. You have
an Arsenal that's the best they've been in 15 years.
Couple games United. You're saying they're back.
United looks very good.
I didn't say they're back. I said they're on the up.
Couple games.
In 2019, United were dog shite. In Newcastle wasn't even in the discussion.
Newcastle's the only one, and Arsenal. That's it. Nothing else.
Newcastle, Arsenal,
Brighton's better. Tottenham is better.
Brighton were there. Brighton
get out of here. No, they weren't.
There is in this Premier League at the moment. We have got just generally an overall better quality team. I think this is the first time in years that I don't look at a team and go, "Oh, that's an easy walk away game."
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like the NBA. It's the NBA. It's the same thing. There's parity everywhere.
It's a very, very even league.
Yeah.
There's no one. I mean, Southampton are falling apart a little bit, but that's not that they're a bad team. It's just that there's something going on behind the scenes. But there's not a Norwich that you just spank every week. No one is like that at the moment. We've got a lot of very good teams in this league compared to 2019, that period is as good as some teams were. Don't get me wrong, there were just some teams that just weren't good enough in the league, and there were teams you look at and go, yeah, that's a guaranteed 3 points. Even if we're playing dog shite, we've got 100 injuries and the world ends.
Even Manchester City, look how many points they are behind Arsenal. Yeah. I mean, they've closed the gap a little bit now, but it's if a team like them struggles to a point where they're chasing. Where they are doing the chasing for almost half a season now. That just tells you.
Yeah,
And
and
don't
this
forget,
city.
the
Go
only-
ahead. Go ahead.
The only reason we got top 4 in 2019 was because of that very unusual project restart.
No.
No, but we hit form at the right time.
Tammy Abraham, 15 goals, 14
No,
goals.
but we hit
I would
form at the
dream to
right
have that
time.
right
We
now.
hit form at the perfect time when other people didn't. Other people started in project restart, and we did really well. And that
Matt, you're
really
only talking
propelled
about
us into top 4.
Pulisic against City. That's what you're talking about. There's nothing else
No,
we did.
I'm not talking about Pulisic. I'm talking about the team in general.
All right, name me 3 games.
A lot of teams drop points. I mean, the perfect game was the Aston Villa game, where we look like we were struggling. We potentially could have lost the game, and we managed to get the points.
Who
And I
scored?
think it was Pulisic. Pulisic scored from the back post.
And Drew.
Yeah, there's another game
Yeah,
against
yeah.
Leicester. We won as well. Ross
I
Barkley
remember,
goal.
I remember that day. Both Man United and Tottenham dropped points, and they looked very sloppy because they just weren't prepared for Project Restart as much as other clubs. And Project Restart, a lot of silly points were handed out and lost in that time. But we hit it at the right moment. We was one of the more informed teams.
That Matt
in
and
that Project
COVID.
Restart.
That and COVID. I mean, COVID killed some teams.
Andrew, I will take that over what we see right now.
Okay, until we completely overload our squad and we're much better than we were under Frank Lampard, Sadiq, because it's coming pretty quickly.
Don't forget, 2019 was the year that Sheffield United and Burnley finished in the top 10.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
West Ham.
It wasn't very difficult. You had teams like Norwich and Watford in the division that weren't very good. Bournemouth were just collapsing. I know we lost to them, but that was just the Eddie Howe tax, really. But even Aston Villa in that time weren't very good. It wasn't the best of league. It wasn't the best of league teams compared to what it was.
Yeah, Leicester City was killing it. Jamie Vardy was up for Player of the Season. I mean, like it's just a whole different league now. People have way more money, and everybody wants to come to England because that's where the money is. That's where the wages are. There's no salary cap in England. There's no debt, and there's no economic collapse like there is in Serie A. England is flush. All right, they're like when the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Vegas opened up. Everybody went there. Everybody stopped going to the MGM Grand. Everybody stopped going to Bellagio. They went to Cosmopolitan. All right, it's the same thing. This is the Cosmopolitan. All right, this is where the money is. This is where everybody wants to be because everybody's now got fucking money. And guess what? That means more American ownership is going to keep coming in. They're going to keep coming in. It's just going to get harder. It's just going to get harder.
Americans, we're here to have a meal, people.
A meal? We're here to set up franchises. We're going to buy the restaurants and turn them into McDonald's, mate. Come on.
What the?
Yeah, man.
Stay away from me, fat buff.
Nando's, no more, man.
What? Nando's is premium stuff.
It's on shit now. It's on shit now. I can't lie.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll Americanize it, bro. Catch up on everything. Don't worry about it.
Bro, Nando's turned into KFC, fam. It's just dead.
Yo, maybe
Can we get
your
TGI
Nando's.
Fridays instead?
Sorry?
TGI Fridays.
Oh, wow.
TGI Fridays, all right. That's all right.
I love.
That's all right.
We love TGI Fridays down here.
Yeah, it's good
What,
shit.
you got that in Australia?
Yeah.
yeah.
Lovely there.
Oh, yeah.
In my
TGI Fridays is
area,
amazing.
Take a
in my
photo for
area-
me. Take a photo
in
for
my
me.
area, they're opening up everywhere in Melbourne where I live. now.
Absolutely.
Get a bit of
What, you
beef
going to
short ribs.
America
I'm having it.
What, is it in America as well?
What, TGI Fridays?
Yeah, it's in Australia.
It's
Is it
an
in America?
American.
In America?
It's an
Oh,
American.
I have a family friend that owns, I think, 5 or 6 TGI Fridays as part of an ownership group. Yeah, there's a lot of them here.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, there's a quote of, a video of Joao Felix walking through our training facility saying this is way better than Atletico Madrid's.
Did you
That's
see
'cause it
that he took Atletico off his bio immediately?
Dude, I'm telling you, this guy's going to stay. You guys keep thinking this loan is just going to be a 6-month thing. I think he's going to stay.
No, I think
Yeah,
it'd be
because
longer than that.
Felix and
I think
Trevor.
it'd be another year as well.
Well,
on
that's
top.
okay, but that'll give us the runway to make it home for him. You know what I mean?
You guys are forgetting, man. Simeone's out the door. The next manager that steps in could look
Oh,
at
are you sure
Felix
about
and
that?
think,
Yeah,
sure
no,
"Oh,
it's a good
come on,
point.
he's
It's a good
leaving.
point.
He's leaving.
Good point.
It's reported he's leaving." The next manager could
Reported
literally look at
removed.
and be like,
Felix
"Yeah,
Johnston.
Wow. Okay. All right,
I'm just
cool,
kidding,
buddy guy.
KJ. I'm just kidding. Oh, who reported it? Who reported it?
Sorry, what?
Who reported the Simeone thing? Because I mean, I've heard a little bit, but
You see the silence.
Hey, listen, I forgot. That's why I forgot. But
multiple sauces, multiple.
is
You're
that-
like
is that-
hot ones.
KJ,
I'll tell you who said
KJ.
it. Shall I tell you who said it? I know who said it.
thank you. See, come on. You can always trust
I know
us,
who said
Steve.
it. Shall I tell you?
Okay. Yeah.
The Sun.
Is
Oh
that
my God.
KJ? Is that from the same ketchup and mayo sauce that said Pochettino is coming to Chelsea?
Yeah. Like it was
Listen.
Marco. It was Marco, I'm
Listen.
sure.
Listen, I would take Poch now.
So
No. Why would we? KJ, one, why would you want ex-Tottenham? Two, why would you want the most serial bottler in the planet in this team? He's not. If you're going to lose effectively £60 million by sacking Potter, get me someone in that's top quality, not just another mid manager that is just in 3 to 6 months' time going to be off the flavour by Chelsea fans, and then we sack him again and lose more money.
hey,
There's
Matt,
only one manager out there that I would get in right now, and it's Luis Enrique.
oh, I love him.
No, I
You
can't
get
stand that.
Enrique.
He's
Luis
awesome.
Enrique. Luis Enrique is still feeding off the success of Neymar, Messi, Suarez.
Literally.
It's a hell of has some serious success. Matt, there's
Bro,
this
when
thing that
you
I
have
sent
the
you.
best players at your
go
disposal, it'll make any manager look good.
I sent this to Sadiq and Matt earlier. This is from Simon Phillips. Now, look, think what you want about Simon Phillips, but he's gotten some other stuff right as well. Now, he's not batting 1,000. I'll tell you that much. But he said this. He said this. He said and I stand by this because I don't want Potter sacked. I want him here the whole contract. Those hoping Graham Potter gets sacked by Chelsea soon might be disappointed. Potter is part of a 10-year business plan the club had. This includes player recruitment, squad rebuild, academy, women's team, Cobham, and stadium rebuild. Potter is part of it. So you've got, oh my God, I mean, I get this from like the One Football app. I get this from all these journalists that are just throwing this out there saying, if Chelsea gets sick of Potter, Poch is going to step in. Guys, it's not happening. It's not happening. All you guys
What's the source? What's the source?
And don't forget,
But Khalifa,
Simon Phillips is working
Simon
with a certain
Phillips.
special Simon Phillips is working with a certain special journalist that is very knowledgeable in his stuff.
Okay.
So I'm not surprised if this has come from his end.
Simon Phillips is my guy. I can bring him on tomorrow. We can ask him.
But what I'm saying is that Potter is part of this regime change. He is the guy they pick, and they're not going to listen to some stupid journalists that want to stir up the pot and listen to some stupid fans that don't know what they're talking about. They're not listening to anybody, dude. This is their guy. They're not going to concede on this. And they're also, no, I'm going to finish this point because this is the most important thing, Sadiq. It is. They're also not going to listen to the players that are complaining about it. The players are not going to win this time. The players are not going to win this time.
I hope so. Well, let me tell you something, Carlito.
Okay, go ahead.
You know business. You understand business. Yeah. Things change daily. In 1 month time, 2 months time, things can change in this squad.
Okay, but I have to ask you this because it's American ownership that still has Liverpool until the day that they sell him. Klopp finished 8th his first season. They didn't even blink. They didn't even blink because they knew that this was a long-term thing. They didn't even blink, Sadiq.
It's not the same, bro.
Why is it not the same? Why is it not the same?
Because we weren't that shit.
But Sadiq, do you know what will make them blink? Is a 60, 70 million pound bill that they have to pay
Seriously.
Potter when they do sack him. That will make them blink.
That
and
is
go, what the fuck?
dead cap. They cannot get out of that.
They will pay that with the eyes closed, bro. They paid for Felix 9 million.
No, but they're not
They'll pay that. They won't even pay 60
that
million. They'll pay
plus
61
what they have to
million.
pay for a new manager.
Sadiq, you keep thinking about this in terms of like the Roman Abramovich. You hear it, these guys are not that.
No, I'm
They're
not.
not that.
I'm not. But I'm saying in business, we know business.
Right,
Things
but
change.
what are you talking about? If you're talking about business, then what they're really worried about is getting new sponsorships. And those are long-term deals that they can't get out of one season in because we finished 7th or something. Like it's your business. What are you talking about business?
All right, Colito, if we're in a relegation battle, would things change?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Because
that's what I'm saying.
if we weren't in the Premier
Yes,
League,
but we're not going to get.
That's just too drastic.
Yeah,
Because that would be
never know.
impossible.
Well,
That would be impossible.
that's different because you're going to lose more from getting relegated than you are from the 60 million.
Yeah.
Finishing out of Champions League, finishing even out of Europe. I mean, if I'm, in my opinion,
I want eighth.
No, yeah, in my opinion, I do not want to play Europa League.
I don't want.
I can't be asked for that stuff.
Okay, it's also so inconvenienced to our Premier League schedule because that's Thursday, Sunday, Saturday.
I don't want that.
Fucks us.
I don't want that.
I don't want it either, dude. I'm with you. But look, Sadiq, what I'm telling you is that they're not going to sack him. So everybody on Chelsea Twitter, everybody listening, I'm looking right now. There's 60 people watching this. Guess what? Get off this Potter out shit because it's not happening. This is their guy. They fired the guy to bring in their own guy. This is their guy. They're going to go through it.
I think it is a loud minority that want Potter to go of Twitter because I was
It was
Monday morning. I was listening to TalkSport. Obviously, it's not the most reliable news stations ever, but obviously they do bring fans on to have their say. And they had a thing on: is Potter going to go? Do you want Potter to stay? Blah blah blah. Every single caller, without fail, all were happy with Potter to stay. Understood long-term project, what needs to become. There was a lot of good reasons of why they wanted to stay. So I do think all this kind of Potter out, flash in the pan stuff is all just online. Unfortunately, sometimes people listen to the loud minority, and that is a thing of life, not just football. But I really do hope that these owners. I'd be more annoyed if they sack Potter than if they keep him and it doesn't work. Because sometimes, if you believe in something, you stick with it. You don't after one little wave that knocks you off course a little bit. You don't just go, no, get rid of him. Especially when there is not really any credible. I don't want fucking Pochettino's being shoved at me, or Luis Enrique's who can't do anything without Messi, not Suarez. If you're going to come with me and have credible people that are going to come in, then I might consider maybe it is best to get this world class manager in. But I think it is much better and much more just not easier, but much more financially just making sense and project making sense is if we just let Potter have a little bit of time, and if it doesn't work out within the next season, and obviously that amount of money we have to pay him goes down because naturally he's been at the club, he's got a smaller contract, then maybe it is time to make a move. But you can't. What does it say to every single other manager, including Pep Guardiola, who said this years ago, by the way, said he wouldn't come to the club because he knows he wouldn't be trusted with his project for that long. By sacking Potter, you're just going to say to every single manager that Chelsea are not interested in creating a long-term project.
Question though, right now, what if? Because at the moment, let's be honest, we look really, really, really shit. Right, our form is fucking terrible, and if it continues, we will finish this season probably just above relegation.
Okay, so I just have to say to that, honestly, has Potter been given the full team yet? Because if he was given the full team, and then he's this bad, oh yeah, he'd be fired. Oh yeah, but I think Bowley knows that there are 10 first team players injured, and if he doesn't understand that, then he's some mad Russian oligarch, which he's not because Bowley is a minority owner in the LA Lakers, and he's also a minority owner in the LA Dodgers. And those two teams have won world championships both in the last 3 years. He understands what championship sports looks like, and he also understands what injuries look like. And so if Potter had a full squad and we were this bad, it would be a different conversation. But I'm sorry, until we're healthy, you cannot judge Potter. because
Correct.
you can't because it's not just not fair. No one could get a tune out of this horn without the proper other instruments right next to it. Like, you can't. He doesn't have the requisite tools necessary to be successful right now because we are so fucking injured. It's not an excuse. It's just the truth.
I completely agree, and I wish that it's something that these fucking 10-year-olds that Twitter is full of, and that's all I see them as, honestly. That's all they are to me, just clueless. They're 10-year-olds. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the only thing you can say about a bunch of people that say, Potter out with almost how many injured players. I don't even know how many injured players we have now. It's almost
10.
something like a fucking full squad. Yeah, there you go.
And I'll tell you one thing else. If we sacked Potter, guess who wouldn't take this job? Luis Enrique. Guess who wouldn't take this job? Zidane. These top tier managers you guys are clamoring for, they wouldn't take this job. If we sacked Potter with these results, with 10 players injured, every other top manager would be like, "Oh, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. They're so fickle. They won't even give this guy a chance. Fuck that."
Oh, by the way, just guys, an update on that Mount thing. David Ornstein did reply to it saying, "Please delete this, thanks."
Yes. Oh, Alfred, that tweet was from someone that you're following. It says Chilwell out, and her bio says, "I hate Mason Mount."
Really? Someone I'm following?
Yeah.
Oh, look,
Alfred,
to be honest,
Alfred, why do you follow these frauds? These fake accounts.
bro, listen, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm just trying to get my follow count up myself. I go onto some posts and just every now and then when I'm bored, follow. So yeah, I'm just trying to get numbers up on my account.
It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep unfollowing people.
And also,
Carlito,
Also,
unfollow me, man. Unfollow me. But
also, I feel like it could promote WorldWideChels as well. If I got more followers and everything.
that's true. That's true. Actually, that's
Yeah.
true. That's very true. Look, I like your thinking, man. I appreciate that. Well, we all appreciate that. Guys, I'm gonna head out, but the whole gang are gonna be doing their lineups before they wrap up as well.
All right.
Big up everyone that's tuned in, like the video as always. Big up Carlito, Matt, Wayne, Alfred, KJ, Sindra, and also Nip and Sharma and his sportsman. Let's show him some love as well a bit, man. But I'll see you guys very soon. Carlito, Matt, Wayne, Alfred, KJ. I'll catch you guys soon, man.
Peace.
You guys then.
Check it, bro.
All right. So in terms of the lineup, should we do one just lineup in general, or should we just go through each individual ones and reasons why?
I mean, I gotta go about 10 minutes. Let's just do one.
We'll just do one.
I like doing that as well. Anyway, it's more fun that way. Yeah. We all talk about. Yeah.
So rather than me just getting up the setup, we'll just go through it quite quickly. So goalkeeper, Carlito, would you go Kepa, Selena?
Slonina.
KJ?
Kepa.
Wayne?
Selena.
Alfred?
Yeah, Kepa. I don't think he's been too bad.
All right, I'll go deciding, so I'll go with Kepa.
My
Just for this, I'm going just a bit more realistic rather than.
That's a smart man right there.
The knowledge people will say the right. Don't worry. All right, you listen to the knowledge people.
Anyway, left back. Well, we go 4 at the back, 3 at the back.
4. It's what Potter wants.
I'd say 4 as well. KJ, Alfred, Wayne, 4.
Definitely 4.
Yeah.
I would have gone 3, but 4 is fine.
Left back, Cucurella, Lewis Hall, Carlito.
You can be my Marco Cucurella, Ella.
Oh,
I'm going with
You're
Marco
such a
Cucurella.
dork, man.
I know. I got 2 master's degrees, bro. I ain't a cool guy. I'm a dork.
KJ.
What Carlito said, but I won't sing.
Yeah, sing it, motherfucker. Sing it. Come on, man. Ella. Yeah. No, see, now you're gonna be singing that later, KJ. You're gonna thank me.
Yeah.
Alfred, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll say Cucurella as well.
And Wayne, are you sticking with your Lewis
I
Hall?
would have gone Hull all day long. I think he's much better than Cucurella.
I'm
Damn.
going to go Cucurella just because it doesn't matter if I say Hall anyway. So Cucurella. Are we going to just be in agreement of Silva as one of the centre backs?
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
And then the other centre back, Carlito Koulibaly, Fofana, Chalobah.
Koulibaly, but if it's Badia Chile, I wouldn't be surprised.
KJ,
Koulibaly.
Yeah.
Wayne,
Basile, I think the new one, Basile.
Alfred.
Yeah, I'd like to give him a chance as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm going to go Koulibaly just because I wouldn't mind Badiashile starting, but I just feel like he'll start Koulibaly in this game.
Koulibaly was really good last Thursday with Silva, by the way. They were both pretty much spot on.
And I think
Holland didn't do anything.
And I think outside of the penalty, which I personally thought I can't remember who it was in the end, Foden or someone like that. It looked like they just fell into Koulibaly. Really, I don't think it was a mass. Koulibaly shouldn't have gone in for it, but Foden just went over him like a sack of shit. But there you go.
It's kind of the English way, you know. I mean,
but I think he just needs to be a little bit less rash. But that's about it. But we've had players like Rudiger like that, so it's not a surprise. And I think Badiashile is also a little bit rash at times when you have watched him. So I don't think you're going to see that much of a difference between him and Koulibaly. But there you go. Right back. We going Aspie, Carlito?
Not on your life, brother. I'm going with Trev.
KJ?
Big Trev.
Yeah, man. His hair is looking great.
Alfred?
Trev.
Wayne?
We'll never go Aspie, so Big Trevor.
Yeah, that's my guy, Wayne. That's my guy.
I think that's a full house for Chalobah.
That's not a full house. For that comment, I would change it to
Aspie is currently on the Zimmer frame going into the care home.
Sorry,
That's the
honestly,
river. Read it down and dirty. I love it.
honestly,
I love it.
I am such a big fan of the kid. I honestly think he's just going to get better and better. He's got a very good attitude, and I'm looking forward to seeing him grow.
Yeah, well, let's see how he does at the right back. Because obviously, he had played decent enough this season compared to other players. And we'll see what happens. Midfield, Carlito, what would be your midfield three?
I have it right here. Mateo Kovacic, Denis Zakaria, and Carney Chukwemeka.
Yeah.
Carney in front of them in a 4-2-3-1, so it'd be a 2-1.
Fair enough. KJ, what would you go with?
Who would I put, man? You know what? To be fair, I'd probably put the same three as well.
Yeah.
I think why not. I mean, Zakaria had a pretty good outing last time. Kova, you know how I love him. He's world class. I'd start him in all my lineups.
Me too.
Chukwemeka, he's a wonder kid. So you know what? You got to nurture wonder kids. Probably put the same three.
Yeah,
Alfred?
brother.
Yeah, I agree.
Wayne?
I actually agree with what you said. Obviously, I want Santos as well, but I agree with what you said.
Yeah, I mean that was my kind of. I do not want to see Jorginho anywhere near the squad at the moment. Obviously, there isn't really anyone else. There isn't really else to put a DM because it is what it is. Amari Hutchinson, I think, out of the two, Carney and Hutchinson, Carney's played better. I think Hutchinson looked a bit too safe for me at times, but I think that's
just not centre mid though. He would never play centre mid.
I think. Well, no, but he. I mean, if we're talking about him and Carney, it would be attacking midfield, so that's number 10. So I think Hutchinson should be able to play that role as well. But again, I think he's a bit too safe with his play, which I could understand playing against Manchester City. Sometimes you're a bit like a rabbit in the headlights.
Every single person in this panel, including myself, would have shit our pants.
Yeah. So I would like to see him come on and see how he does against a Fulham, which is probably more the level you'd want to see how these players do compared to just throwing into a Man City game. But yeah, I'd go with the same lineup. So that is quite good. But we got a unanimous midfield. On the left, Carlito, who would you pick?
Joao Felix.
Carlito? Not Carlito, KJ.
Please, Joao Felix, please.
Let's go, bro. He's a blue, Matt. Joao Felix is a blue, bro. Let's go.
Joao Felix, bro. Get that debut in.
Yeah, man.
Alfred?
Come on, I'm keeping this trade running. Yes,
Choo,
Joao Felix.
choo.
Wayne?
I knew number 11, man.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go against it for the sake of it. I'm gonna put Mason Mount in there.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Matt. Let me ask you a
Minerals.
question. This
Minerals.
do you think Mason Mount went in unnecessarily on him today, or at least tried to?
Never know.
I would not put it past
I'm not
him.
going to speculate. I am going to sit on my fence and just.
I
stay
bet you
there.
will. I bet you will.
I'm going to sit on that fence very high and just.
Yeah.
watch.
I hope those spikes go right into your butt. Just sit on that fence.
Yeah,
Just sit on
I'm
that
choosing
fence.
Mason Mount for this squad. No one can say otherwise. Mason Mount, Minerals. He plays for Chelsea. He plays for the badge. Minerals. Ugh. Stone Island.
Is that
anyway.
your Johnny impression?
Yeah, that is my Johnny impression.
Okay.
Anyway, right side. Carlito, who'd you go for?
Kai.
KJ?
Oh, shit. Ziyech.
Alfred?
I'd probably give Ziyech a go myself.
Wayne?
For father.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
That's actually a good shout.
That is a good shout.
Hmm,
Datro.
I don't actually know.
I'm changing my pick. I'm going with Datro Fofana on the right.
You're a follower. Discuss me.
No, Matt's a follower. I'm just following him.
You know what? I'll do the same.
Do you know what? I'm gonna go for Fofana because I do want to see what.
Yeah,
he's
that's
like.
right. You
Oh,
fucking follower.
I just don't want to
Oh,
pick.
you're
I just don't want to
followers,
pick Ziyech
man. Oh,
because
my
I don't-
days.
I changed my mind.
I don't like this whole. Oh, Ziyech played well at the World Cup, so he
Yeah,
automatically.
he
deserves to
is
start.
nonsense. He sucks, dude.
The quicker Ziyech is out the door, the better.
KJ, he is one of those bozos you're talking about.
No, guys. He's not a bozo. He's not
He
a
is a
bozo, guys.
bozo.
So,
You know
KJ,
I'll-
there's enough
I'll
room on the
defend my
rain
action
train.
better
There's
than
enough
that.
room on the rain train. You can follow me. It's good.
Choo choo.
Oh,
Let
my days.
Ziyech go back to his level of the Dutch
Oh,
league.
my
and
days. I
then
don't
just
condone
do
this
that
behavior.
Let them go play
That's
with a bunch
piece of
of
piss, man.
young Dutch youngsters that will eventually go to the Premier League and do better than him anyway.
All right, so you
Wow.
go, Matt. You're going with David
Yeah,
Datro Fofana, DDF.
We'll go with Datro Fofana.
Yes, let's go.
Up front, Carlito, who are you going for?
Aubameyang,
KJ?
Abominable, of course. Come
of
on.
course.
Alfred?
Aubameyang.
Wayne?
I was going Havertz.
I'm just going to go with Aubameyang because I would like to see if Felix can at least feed him some of these balls
Yeah.
that he's been
That is a mad
running
sentence.
for every 5 seconds. Because it actually pissed. It actually rewatching that first Man City game and seeing all the runs Aubameyang kept making
Yeah.
just pissed me off.
I get that. I do get that. But I think Havertz with Felix, I think them two together, I think it would be quite special. That's why I would like to see them both together.
And by the way, this fan base, right, just because we all know the way it is, we know Aubameyang had a couple of opportunities. I mean, he was in some very good positions in our last game against Arsenal. He just didn't get the passes, unfortunately, but he could have easily had a couple of goals. And you watch this fucking fan base if he would have gotten a chance and if he would have scored those goals. You watch, there would be no Aubameyang out bullshit goal.
Everywhere else, Aubameyang is a 1 goal in 2 games striker. Anywhere else in the world he plays.
Yeah.
But Chelsea somehow that doesn't. it doesn't happen.
Yeah, because you got
The
your
reason
minerals
is-
above. You got your minerals above. Trying to give him the ball and not giving it to him. You watch. Joao
That's it.
Felix, as good as he is at dribbling, he is an unbelievable passer. Just
That's
wait.
it.
Just wait.
If we had Haaland in this squad right now, he wouldn't get nowhere near as many goals as he does now.
I got to head out, guys. See you.
I see that clear. Look
See you
after
guys.
stuff, buddy.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
Yeah, I maintain Haaland would not score anywhere near amount of goals he would now, because he wouldn't get the service, and like he does in certain Man City games, sometimes he doesn't touch the ball for 20 minutes, but instead that'll be 70 and 80, 90 minutes because we don't feed our strikers. And this is where I don't want to stick up for Lukaku, Morata, and co, but they had similar problems as well. We seem to have a problem with feeding our strikers when they make good runs. And this is the problem. And this is why we need to stop just continuously buying strikers and actually buy people around that can create for them strikers, and midfielders that can defend, so then our defenders don't get caught in stupid positions and then look shit anyway.
True.
Because that's what we seem to do. Defenders look bad because the midfield don't cover them, and the attackers look bad because the midfield's not creating for them. But what we keep doing is buying more forwards and buying more defenders, and every time then defenders or forwards fail. Bar Thiago Silva, because Thiago Silva is inevitable. Thiago Silva is the Thanos. He just clicks his fingers and attackers just fade away into the distance. But yeah, it is what it is. Eventually we'll buy a midfielder when I'm like 85, and then I'll be finally happy. I'll have my little walking stick, putting it in the air like, yes, we bought a midfielder finally.
That you said it perfectly, Matt. We should just call him Thiago.
Thiago. That's new merch. We just need Thanos, but with Thiago Silva's face on. We're just clicking and then just seeing all the attackers, Haaland and all that, just disappear. But anyway, we will end this because otherwise we'll just start rambling on absolute nonsense that you're not going to want to listen to. Thank you for everyone that's come on. KJ, Alfred, Wayne. It feels like I haven't spoke to you for ages, Wayne. So thank you for coming on today.
I appreciate it. Thank you all to you lot as well.
And thank you all for tuning in. Obviously, tomorrow's the game, so I imagine we may do something after. I don't know, but tune in every single day to find videos, live streams, all that. Check out the merch, which will be coming out very soon. We'll keep you updated all on that. So thank you all, you guys. Have a good evening, and up the Chels.
Peace. Up the Chels.